it is already June, and that means it's Pride Month.
Lisa Kenneke is from Middleton, and she just released the book, Be an Exclusion Ally.
Inclusion.
Inclusion. What did I say?
Exclusion.
That would be the opposite. His book is the ABCs of LGBTQ. She's also producing a video series celebrating Pride. Lisa, welcome to Live at 4.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Susan. Thanks for having me.
So what was the inspiration for this?
Oh, what a great question. Middle school counselor, a student walking into my office as a 7th grader. Student was born female, said to me, Miss Kenneke, it's easier pretending to be a boy than it is to be gay in this town. And I started writing a weekly blog for resources for school counselors, and 26 weeks later, I have a book.
Wow. So these are other people's experiences or your own experiences?
Mostly my experiences, because Susan, they're really funny. And I can't make up what happened to me, but I do quote other famous people in there, and I give calendar ideas, and I'm happy to share stories. I think that'll be the next volume.
This is your first book ever. Were you a little intimidated at first?
Oh, I think that would be, yes. So very, very much so. And I have the best publisher in the world. Her name is Mary Helen Conroy. And my wife, Angela, has been super, super supportive. And yay for self-publishing, because that's just the fun thing about technology.
What do you mean when you say be an inclusion ally?
So and a lot of people ask that question. So I have my master's in counseling, and I have a diversity and inclusion certification from Cornell University. And in addition to just talking about the LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer questioning, and the plus, the inclusion is really talking about the plus in that. And you can see if you can see me, I have a Philly flag behind me right now. So it's including queer people of color. It's including people who are differently abled, people for whom English is not their first language. And even though I am a white privileged female who happens to be gay, I want to include everyone.
Do you think it's easier or harder now for kids growing up than when you were growing up?
I think it's easier in some respects, and it's more difficult in other respects. So I grew up in rural Wisconsin, just an hour north of Madison, and I didn't know that I could be gay until my sister told me I was 27 years old, and she said, Lisa, you're gay. True story.
So yeah, there's a lot of stories like that.
Right, yeah. Thanksgiving passed the carrot. So, but to answer your question, I think that the generation who's coming after us, they have more role models in social media, and they have more exposure in a good way to resources. And that's what this book is a litany of resources.
Now, is this a book that really everyone could read, regardless of your
orientation,
sexual orientation? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's kind of who I wrote the book for. Anyone who wants to be an ally. And, maybe you have a relative or a neighbor or someone who you think might be gay, but you never ask them. That's in the book too. And again, resources. And it's a quick read. So it's not that you have to, pull out the old encyclopedias, which I know we don't have anymore, but it's easier than Googling something, because I'm going to say, here's what it's like. So yeah, I would say adolescents, parents, your everyday, well, I'm your everyday gay, but that's what it's all about.
And videos on the way too, I understand.
Oh, I'm very excited. Yes, I've done day 4 already this morning on my Facebook page. So I interviewed someone who identifies as bisexual so that I could be a better inclusion ally to that person. And so I'll do 30 videos in June to celebrate Pride Month, as well as intersectionality. And so that's bringing together the Black Lives Movement with the LGBT Pride Month.
Well, it's very inspiring. I admire you for doing it, because, you never know who might be reading or watching. And when you realize that you're not alone and that everything is okay, it can really change people's lives. So good for you.
The book is on Amazon on what, the 10th?
June 10th. Come, Amazon.com or lisakenneke.com. I'll help you with that.
Lisa, congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you, my
Happy
friends.
Pride
Thanks
Month.
for having me on.
Great to see
Happy
you.
Pride.